Welcome back to our channel. In this video we are discussing the top 10 things to do in Puerto Vallarta. Puerto Vallarta is one of those places that will stay with you for the rest of your life. Unlike other tourist-oriented beach destinations in the country, Puerto Vallarta retains its roots as an authentic port town rich in history, culture, and the heart of Real Mexico. Of course, this is not to say that there aren't things to do in the city for tourists. It's one of Mexico's most popular tourist destinations. Puerto Vallarta is one of the few places in Mexico where mountains, jungles, and the sea meet. Its historic downtown, Zona Romantica, is intersected by cobblestone streets. Brilliant purple blossoms dangle low over crisscrossing avenues, adding splashes of color to the whitewashed buildings with iconic terracotta roofs. Puerto Vallarta is a visually stunning destination. It also has soul, with plenty to see and do at all hours of the day. It's a rare example of a city where locals mingle with tourists and expats, resulting in a distinctive medley of international flavor. Before we get started, make sure to like the video, subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon. Number 1. Sierra Mada ATV Adventure from Puerto Vallarta. Explore the Sierra Mada Mountains on an ATV tour from Puerto Vallarta and let your adventurous side shine. This half-day tour takes you from the coast to the mountains and back, and you can either drive or ride as a passenger. Discover Puerto Vallarta's rich natural landscapes without getting lost and get a bird's-eye view of the Puerto Vallarta countryside. The adventure begins with a ride along the Malecon waterfront promenade and through Puerto Vallarta's old town. After that, you'll take back roads out of town and pass through villages. A snack stop will be made halfway through the ride, own expense. Continue through the countryside until you reach the Sierra Mada mountain range's foothills. Splash through rivers and climb the mountainside on rugged jungle trails. You'll have just enough time to take in the scenery before heading back to Puerto Vallarta. Number 2. Private ATV Tour Puerto Vallarta's Spring Waters. This private, half-day ATV excursion into the Sierra Mada Mountains will take you off the beaten path. Personalized rides for advanced riders include traditional villages, hot springs, and breathtaking mountainside vistas. Spend as little or as much time as you want in each location, with the opportunity to sample local cuisine. This is an advanced level ATV ride through dirt roads and up and down mountains to the hot spring water paradise. We will visit small villages and see the real Mexico away from the tourist traps. As a private tour, you can decide how much time you want to spend at each location. Spend more time riding or relaxing, whatever you want. Enjoy the nature and wildlife of the Sierra Madres, jump in the minerals of the spring water, or sample the Mexican food served at this location. Feel the excitement and emotions as you spend time with your family or friends. Number 3. Our Lady of Guadalupe Parish. If you've seen the Puerto Vallarta skyline, you've probably seen the parish of Our Lady of Guadalupe, also known as the Parroquia de Nuestra Señora de Guadalupe. This city landmark is distinguished by its red brick facade and the regal crown perched atop its steeple. The church and the square directly in front of it are always buzzing with activity. The bells sound 30 and 15 minutes before each service. From December 1st to 12th, the square is especially crowded as the city celebrates the Feast of Guadalupe. Parades, dancing, decorated floats, and music bring the city to life. Number 4. Puerto Vallarta Beaches. Puerto Vallarta has some of Mexico's most beautiful beaches. These beaches, however, are not in the city. The city is surrounded by beaches, but these beaches are notoriously crowded and jam-packed with restaurants and activities. For a more tranquil beach experience, venture slightly outside of town. Two important beaches are located south of Puerto Vallarta, Playa Las Gemelas and Playa Mismaloya. Playa Las Gemelas is a quiet beach on a stretch of sugary sand south of Puerto Vallarta. It's a local beach, so there won't be many tourists here, but that's part of its allure. Playa Mismaloya is located in Mismaloya, a small beach town south of Puerto Vallarta. In fact, it was this beach that put Puerto Vallarta on the tourism map, as it was the setting for Richard Burton's 1964 film, Night of the Iguana. Number 5. Signature Taco and Street Food Tour in Puerto Vallarta. Begin your street food tour in a central location and learn what makes Puerto Vallarta a top destination for Mexican food lovers. Tuck into beef birria, a traditional breakfast dish and tasty Jalisco specialty made from a family recipe. Carnitas, braised pork, and tacos dorado, deep-fried tacos follow, followed by a behind-the-scenes look at a local treasure where you can sample hot-off-the-grill corn tortillas. Before crunching into a ceviche tostada and fish taco, peruse the produce stalls and learn about a variety of chilies. Hop from taco stand to try a seafood chili relleno taco and a shrimp brochette. Top it off with a tender pork quesadilla and be sure to save room for dessert, Malecon-style sorbet or ice cream, before ending your walking tour at a candy shop. Number 6. Sierra Mada Horseback Riding and ATV Tour. Satisfy your appetite for adventure on a high-octane tour that allows you to explore Sierra Mada's forests and mountains by horseback and ATV. This tour requires no prior ATV or horseback riding experience and is limited to a small group of 15 people to ensure personalized attention from your guide. On this horseback ride from Puerto Vallarta, hop into the saddle and explore the wilds of the Sierra Mada Mountains. Enjoy panoramic views of the open countryside as you ride along the Quali River with your guide. Travel through the jungle and winding paths where brightly colored wildflowers bloom in the sun. Gaze up at the towering peaks where the Sierra Mada and the jungle meet and take in the peace and tranquility of Mexico's wilderness. Number 7. Day trip from Puerto Vallarta, Punta Mita, and Sayulita UTV adventure. An excursion that sticks to the main roads can make it difficult to appreciate Mexico's varied landscape. An off-road trip to Sayulita by UTV provides insight into the natural environment surrounding Puerto Vallarta. Enjoy a thrilling ride through a riverbed, mountain trails, and creeks while admiring the rural and coastal landscapes. Begin your journey in Puerto Vallarta or Nuevo Vallarta. Meet your group and board your Punta Mita transfer vehicle. When you arrive, your professional guide will give you a safety briefing before strapping on your helmet and heading out on your utility task vehicle. On your way to Sayulita, be guided away from the main road and through mountain trails, beaches, and creeks. As you cruise across rugged terrain, passing through rural villages, fields, and farms, the caged vehicle adds security. As you approach Sayulita, take a break on a beach before continuing on into the village. Views of the coastal landscape can be enjoyed before parking and exploring on foot. Stroll through the streets and stop for lunch at a local restaurant. After that, take a buggy back to Punta Mita and enjoy the thrill of the ride before returning to your original point of departure. Number 8. Visit beaches of Yalapa. Puerto Vallarta is one of Mexico's most popular beach resort destinations. That being said, it can be difficult to find your own private stretch of sand. But that's where Yalapa comes in, one of Puerto Vallarta's best-kept secrets and one of the most popular local hangouts. Yalapa is a peaceful stretch of sand 20 miles south of Puerto Vallarta. What keeps it so understated? Only by boat can you get here. This can be done from the Los Muertos Pier or by chartering a boat from Boca de Tomatlan, another fishing village south of Puerto Vallarta. There are no chain restaurants or mainstream hotels here. There are only a few Palapa-style beach restaurants and a few guest houses. However, Airbnb is alive and well in this city, which can be an appealing option if you want to cook your own meals. Keep in mind that supermarkets do not exist, so you must rely on what you can find at the local market. But, more often than not, people congregate at beach restaurants for delectably fresh food without the Puerto Vallarta price tags. The water is a shimmering turquoise green that contrasts with the golden sand and jungle-covered hillside. If you're looking for a place to get away from it all, Yalapa is the place to go. Number 9. The Malecon. If Puerto Vallarta could be reduced to a single image, it would be its iconic Malecon. This mile-long walkway hugs the coast and takes visitors from Centro to the Zona Romantica, or historic district. Along the way, visitors can enjoy breathtaking views of the Bay of Banderas and jungle-covered mountains, as well as the beautiful red-tiled roofs of downtown, as well as stroll past many of the city's hottest restaurants and sculptures, beaches, and live street performances. The Malecon is also closed to vehicle traffic, so you can take your time strolling. It's also an excellent location for a morning run. It concludes at one of Puerto Vallarta's most well-known beaches and the iconic sail-shaped pier. There is always something going on along the Malecon, and it is the premier meeting place for locals, tourists, and expats. Number 10. Zona Romantica. Travel back in time to experience the heart and soul of the original Puerto Vallarta. The Zona Romantica is the city's historic district and one of its most visually appealing areas. Cobblestone streets and alleys are flanked by historic buildings, each with its own red tile roof. Purple bougainvillea blossoms arch over side streets, adding vibrant splashes of color. The Zona Romantica begins at the Rio Quali Bridge. The Old Farmers Market, as well as some of the city's most popular beaches, restaurants, art galleries, and boutique hotels, can be found here. It also has the highest concentration of expats, making it very tourist-friendly. The pier is one of the city's most important attractions, from which you can take a water taxi to many of the surrounding areas or hire a boat tour to take you around the bay for an incredible view of the city from the water. Thank you for watching the video.